Tim in the front, on the left.
Tim Reynolds, Associated Press. LeBron, after everything, you've had about an hour to soak it in, but I know there isn't a whole lot of time, but after everything, after all the times you've thought about what this moment feels like, was it better? Was it what you envisioned? Was it as you envisioned?
It's everything and more. You know, I dreamed about this opportunity and this moment for a long time, including last night, including today. You know, and you know, my dream has become a reality now, and it's you know, the best feeling I ever had.
In South Florida Sun Sentinel, you've spoken so much about growing as a player and growing as a person over the last year. Do you think where you are in your life now makes it even that much more special? And is there a pride that it wasn't just growth as a basketball player, but that you're in a better place as a person to really enjoy it now?
Absolutely. You said it perfect. You know, the fact that I have a family, a fiance, 2 kids, you know, supporting cast, supporting family, you know, around me, you know, and you know, it took me to go all the way to the top and then hit rock bottom, basically, to you know, to realize what I needed to do, you know, as a professional athlete and as a person, you know, and you know, I'm just happy that I was able to be put back in this position. You know, I trusted my instincts, I trusted my habits that I built over the years. And I just got back to just being, you know, myself. You know, and I didn't care too much about what anyone said about me. You know, I just, you know, just kind of make my own path and but do it the right way. And you know, I'm happy I was able to do it the right way and do it because, you know, for myself and not for anyone else.
Chris, right here.
Chris Thomas, Fox Sports. LeBron on the podium, I thought you said something interesting. You said that the worst thing that you heard last year was that you're selfish because you've always prided yourself on being a team player. Could you maybe elaborate on that more, hearing that and how that fueled you?
Well, I mean, I heard it a lot. You know, and last year, you know, I let it affect me. I told you guys over and over and over, I was playing to prove people wrong last year. You know, and people would say I was selfish, and that got to me. It got to me a lot because I know that this is a team game. I know, you know, the coaches that I had when I was younger always preached about team. There's no I in team, and you know, to win a championship, no matter on which level, you have to do it as a team. And you know, a lot of people were saying that I was a selfish person and a selfish player. You know, it got to me. You know, and all last year I tried to, you know, prove people wrong, prove you guys wrong, and you know, it wasn't me. At the end of the day, I was basically fighting against myself. You know, so you know, the best thing that happened to me last year was us losing the finals. You know, and me playing the way I played, it was the best thing that ever happened to me in my career. Because basically, you know, I got back to the basics. It humbled me. You know, and you know, I knew what it was going to have to take. You know, and I was going to have to change as a basketball player, and I was going to have to change as a person. You know, to get what I wanted. And you know, it happened just 1 year later.
Mike in the middle.
Mike Wise, Washington Post. LeBron, in hindsight, do you think that your journey to a title was 8 years later was just the natural growing pains of a player in the league, and that maybe we judged you too early, and your journey turned out to be just almost like Michael's or Isaiah's or even Dirk Nowitzki's, where they had to wait a while?
Well, it was a journey for myself. You know, I don't want to compare it to any other player, but it was definitely a journey. And you know, everything, you know, that went along with me being a high school prodigy, you know, when I was 16 and on the cover of Sports Illustrated, you know, to being drafted and having to be the face of a franchise. You know, everything that came with it, you know, I had to deal with, you know, and I had to learn through it. You know, no one had went through that journey, so I had to learn, you know, on my own. You know, and all the ups and downs, you know, everything that came along with it, I basically had to, you know, figure it out on my own. So, you know, I'm happy now that, you know, 8 years later, you know, 9 years later since I've been drafted, that I can finally say that I'm a champion, and I did it the right way. I didn't shortcut anything. I put a lot of hard work and dedication in it, but and hard work pays off. So, it's a great moment for myself.
Steve in the third row.
LeBron, Steve Kyler, USA Today Sports. At times you make it look very easy on the court. How hard was this to win a championship?
It was the hardest thing I ever done as a basketball player. Since I picked up a basketball when I was 9 years old, it's the hardest thing I ever done. It's not easy at all. You just put a lot of hard work into it, and hopefully one day you hope that it pay off for you. This was a testament to that. I gave him all, and it paid off for me tonight.
Sports 5, Israel. Right after the final whistle, we saw you hugging and talking to Kevin Durant. That's my first question. What were you talking about? And the second one is, do you actually feel like the #1 player in the world right now?
I think Kevin Durant he's a hell of a player. One of the best players that we have in this league, hands down. And I told him I was proud of him. Everything he achieved this year. He's going to use this experience, like I used it, as motivation. Hopefully I don't continue to have to run into him because he's that great. But he's one of the best, on and off the court. And in the summertime, we worked out together. I envisioned it, but I didn't know it was going to happen. But to see, a few months later that we was going to meet each other in the finals, it was a great moment for myself and for him. But as far as your second question, I don't know. That's for you guys to write, to say if I'm the best player in the league or the #1 player in the league. All I know is I'm a champion, and that's all that matters.
Jason on the right.
Jason Whitlock of Fox Sports. LeBron, this question isn't intended to bait you or intended as some negative question, but what would you say to the Cleveland fans tonight that wanted to share this moment with you, wanted to win this championship with you? What words would you offer them?
Right here, I'm sitting here as a member of the Miami Heat. And, the hard work and dedication that we put in these last 2 years to get to this point, it was unbelievable. I wanted to become a champion someday. I didn't know exactly when it would happen, but I put in a lot of hard work. So, for me, I'm happy. I'm very excited. I'm very happy right now to be a champion. Nobody can take that away from me.
Dean in the second row.
Dean Blevins, KWTV, Oklahoma City. LeBron, can you give us your thoughts on the Thunder? And you've been there. Do you have any suggestions for KD or any of that group as to what it will take to reach that next step?
First of all, I think it's a great team. Like I said before, it was the 2 best teams in the finals. They create some unbelievable matchup problems with their attack. Russ and KD and James. They have that, Ibaka, the shot blocker. They have the physical presence of Perkins, and the list goes on. Collison is a big-time player as well. So they're going to be a team to be, reckoned with for a lot of years because they're young, and they're going to use this experience as motivation. So, this is not the last time we will see the Oklahoma City. I wouldn't be surprised, if this won't be the last time we see them in the finals.
Last 2 quick questions on that right side.
LeBron, first, congratulations on your championship. I wanted to ask you, your journey has taken you to very highs and very lows. What have you learned about yourself as a ball player and as a man through your journey to the championship?
The biggest thing I learned is that you can't control what people say about you, what people think about you. You just have to be true to yourself and true to the people that surround you and your loved ones. Like I said, I put a lot of hard work into this, and I took 1 week. I took, I think, 1.5, maybe 2 weeks off after we lost the NBA Finals. You know, and I got in the gym and I got back to the basics. And you know, it just shows, like, you know, when you're committed, you know, you give everything to the game pays off and it gives back to you.
Last one on the right side.
Yeah, LeBron, Phil Latzman from NPR and WLRN Miami Herald News. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Does it make it any more special that you were able to do this in such a condensed season, 66 games and, you know, regular season games in 4 months, you know, back to back to backs? I mean, it must have gotten real tiring for you. Does that make it even more special that it was so frenetic?
I mean, condensed schedule, 66 games, 82 games, season game. Hey, man, I'm an NBA champion, and it don't matter. Love you guys.
Thanks, LeBron. Coach Spoelstra will be next.